What is up, you guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today's video is going to be about what if Naruto was a Uchiha. So yeah, let's get into the video. Hold on, y'all. What is up, guys? So back to the video. Last time we left off was at the bell test. So yeah, let's get back into the video. You see Naruto as he is standing in front of his senseis, as Saru, as one of them then starts to talk. Alright, kids, this test is called the bell test, where you will become my Genin team 7. If you guys can possibly win this test, then, well, let's just say if you can win this test, then we could become Team 7. But if not, well, let's just say one of you gets sent back to the academy, or all of you. As Kakashi pulls out 2 bells. These, if one of you, sorry about that. Listen, when you have to take these bells from me, and if not, one of you will be sent back to the academy. Kakashi shows 2 bells. Kakashi Sensei, there's only 2 bells. Kakashi looks at Naruto. Yes, I know. That's why they're here. But don't worry, Itachi, he won't be getting involved in this. He won't be watching from the sidelines. Lucky. So, try and take these bells from me. Now, scatter. Everyone went and hid as you see Naruto. He is in a bush thinking. Yes, I figured it out. Naruto goes to where Menma is, as Menma is hiding behind the bush, as he is under Itachi, trying to hide his movements. Basically, he's trying to he's kind of like, he's not in the tree, but he's below Itachi, under the same bush as him. Sasuke is in a tree that Itachi is also in, as he is watching Kakashi as well. Naruto says in a whisper to make sure they can hear him, Sasuke, Menma, come on, come here. They look at Naruto as they nod. Sasuke jumps down and Menma follows Naruto. Okay, guys, listen. I know the true meaning of this bell test. No, I know that we have Itachi on our team, but it's a 3-man team. So that means that we are going to need to use teamwork. Now, seeing as how we all been friends, this is going to be easy for us. As they all nod, that's when Naruto tells them his plan. We go to 3 minutes later as Menma comes out. As Menma says, listen, Kakashi Sensei, I'm going to beat you and I will join Team 7. Menma rushes at Kakashi as he goes for a punch, but Kakashi dodges. As then a kunai gets thrown to Kakashi's head as he managed to dodge that one as well. No, not Saruto. Does this. Menma does a spin kick on the ground to make Kakashi fall, but he jumps over. That's when Sasuke comes out as he says fire starter, fireball jutsu. This is when Menma rushes to Sasuke's fireball as Kakashi is realizing this, as he's thinking, what is these kids doing? That's suicide. He then sees that Kakashi then dodges the fireball, and Saruto ends up being engulfed in the fireball. But when it clears, you see Saruto perfectly fine as he's just standing there. That's when Menma and Sasuke come from behind Saruto as he says, looks like we won, Kakashi Sensei. As Kakashi says, what do you mean? You haven't won yet? As he looks down to see the bells are gone, he then sees the bells in Saruto's hand as he gives one to Menma and Sasuke. As he says, tell me, how'd you get the bells? Easy. As soon as Sasuke did his fireball jutsu, you dodged it. You dodged it by going over it, while I had ran to the fireball, and while you weren't realizing, I had put my hand up and grabbed the bells while you weren't looking, because you were worried about that book and the fireball. So it was either one. Now that I have the bells, well, now that we got the bells, it looks like we passed. Besides, this is about teamwork, isn't it? As Kakashi, under his mask, smiles as he says, yes, you pass. We are now Team 7. Now, we do a time skip as for weeks they have been doing D-rank missions. As we go to we go to the Hokage's office as you see Hiruzen there as Saruto comes in as he says, old man, listen. Hiruzen looks at Saruto. What is it, Saruto? Listen, instead of having us do these chores, can we please get a high rank mission, or even a C rank mission, if that, please? Fine then, go ahead. You can get this C rank mission. This C rank mission is to protect a traveler going back home to his family. Not just that, apparently his wife is sick, so yeah, that is where you will be heading. So now go. Oh yeah, just in case you guys are wondering about the Tazuna mission, that has already been solved by Saruto, because when Saruto had been coming had been coming to, Konoha. He had saw Gato and his men, and he had knew about Gato, so, he decided, yeah, I'ma just take you down right now. So, yeah. So, if you're wondering, that's why that happened. Meaning that the Gato mission, the mission for the mission for like the Thousand of Bridge Builder never really happened. So yeah, we we go to um we go to to the man, as his name is Kenjo Yamada. Yeah, that's a name that I made up. The man has orange hair, green eyes. He's wearing normal civilian clothing. As the man as the man has as the man just looks like any normal civilian that needs to be protected. As he has some medicine in his backpack for his wife that he will be needing to save when he gets back home. As they start to travel, you see Saruto, who is currently behind the behind the behind I think I named him Kenjo. Yeah. He's behind Kenjo. Sasuke is on the left side of Kenjo. Menma on the right side of Kenjo. While Kakashi took the front and Itachi had took, to the skies, kind of, making sure everything is okay. He did this by, turning into crows. So yeah, we go to Sas. You see a man as they had just passed, as Team 7 had just passed the man. Saruto had saw a wire, a sort of invisible wire that would look like invisible to anyone that would look invisible to anyone. He had saw that Kakashi had not minded, and he had saw that Itachi did not say anything about it, because he knew that if they had known about it, if he had known about it, then they would have known about it as well. As Kakashi, steps on the wire, well, not steps on it, kind of trips over it, but he catches his balance again, as he says, "Whoa, that was close, almost fell." That's when suddenly a sort of certain weapon comes out. It's like a scythe. Think of it as a very small scythe that you could hold with both of your hands. Like, not both of your hands, but like, it's a scythe that's like kind of two-wielded. Like how, I'm trying to think of how I can explain it to y'all. Like, think of it as a scythe, a very small scythe that has a chain connected to it and two scythes on each end. Basically, that's it. As the man who had Team 7 just passed had came out and slashed Kakashi, killing him to what Team 7 had thought. Hold on, I'm gonna need to drink my Pepsi. Right, that was much better. Back to the video. You see as Saruto had then went to the man with full anger in his eyes, as he had had his 3 Tomo Sharingan activated at the time, which had made him, which he had to then, he had, he, Saruto had went to the man with his, scythe like Madara, as he had then sliced the man a bit, as he had then used what is the guitar looking thing called again? I'm going to try and find out. Okay, he had used his Gumbai to basically hit the man up in the air, and then use his sickle to then slash the man back to the ground, as the man was, all bloody and bruised. As Saruto had said, listen, I want you to tell me why you were here and why you attacked our sensei. Not just that, why you're after the man. Hold on. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I'm gonna talk for the man, so yeah. I came here because a man called Tenito, he wanted to take over that small village of that man. Do you really think that just that man's wife there is sick? Everyone there is sick. Children, men, women. He's the only doctor there. The best doctor in that village. That's why he had went to your village to get more to get a medicine for those dang people of his that he cares about so much. So you decided to attack him because of that. Because this Tenito guy told you to. Well, it won't matter long. I'll just take him down with the rest of you. Now, you'll be dying now. As Saruto had cut the man on his neck, which Menma and Sasuke didn't really mind. As we do a flashback, you see Saruto, Menma, and Sasuke as they are all playing outside of the village in the forest of death. Menma had ran into a man who was a ninja. So the ninjas were, being persistent, and they had decided to fight a bunch of kids. Saruto had used his gunbai and his scythe thing to basically cut them down. So yeah, that's the end of the flashback. So yeah, so Menma and Sasuke had no real effect on this because they seen Saruto killed before, so they weren't new to it. They were kind of were they were kind of good with it. So yeah, Saruto had said to Kenji, I think I named him that. Kenjima, yeah, I named him Kenjima. Yeah, he had told Kenjima, let's go to your village. We'll bury Kakashi Sensei later. Kakashi had appeared right beside Naruto as he had said, "Sorry, kid, but that was a clone, not the real me." But it was, but what you did there was pretty good. So yeah, let's continue the mission. Most of the Menma was kind of happy their sensei was alive. Sasuke was mad, so was Naruto, that that he had played a trick on them. So yeah, we go back to we go back to uh we go back to Team 7 as they had finally reached that village. They had saw a bunch of people there, which Itachi, Kakashi, and Naruto had to take out, while Menma and Sasuke were guarding Kijima. When every time someone had came to try and get any close to Kijima, Sasuke and Menma would cut them down. So yeah, so they were perfectly fine with killing. This is the Shinobu world. Known that for they had known that for a while. When when it had been when Saruto had told them about the ninja world. So yeah, so seeing as how they had saw Saruto kill before, they were all right with it, kinda. So yeah, we go to after all of that, as Kajime had ended up healing his wife and all of the people there, as at the end of the day everyone was happy, which Saruto had blown the head of Temito, I think I named him. Yeah, Temito. He had blown the head of Tenito as no, he didn't bring the head of him. He brought his full body, who was alive, as he had let the village people deal with it, because he had been the one that said he was going to protect them, but instead he made all of them sick. So yeah, so that kind of went the same. They had stayed in that small little village for a while to thank them, as they were building a gate to make sure their people could come in and out whenever they pleased. So yeah, and to also make sure they were protected. They had made they had named the wall the Great Team 7 Bridge. I mean the Great Team 7 wall. Wall. Yeah. No, the Great Team 7 Gates. Yeah, that's what they named it. The Great Team 7 Gates. So yeah, they had then went back to Konoha to report their mission. This is when they had gotten back to Konoha to find that it was nearly the Chunin exams. You see, as Kakashi and Itachi had explained the whole mission and how it had went down, and had explained how all of them were great at the mission. They had all did great. This is when Kakashi had told them about the Chunin exams, which was the day after he had reported to the third Hokage about it. So yeah, told them about it and all that. So yeah. Back to the video, y'all. You see how should I put this? They had all signed the papers for getting into the tuning exams. When they had got back home to find their parents had, to find that their parents had decided to celebrate that they had did their first C rank mission and had and if they became tuning, basically the whole Uchiha clan would be happy. So yeah. This is when um this is when you see as Saruto, Menma, and Sasuke were all walking around, minding their own business, doing, what they want, as they pleased, as they had heard someone's voice, a kid voice, say, "Put me down." They had heard another voice say, "You dang brat, you bumped into me." Saruto had went to where the voices were coming from, as he had saw Konohamaru being held up by a man with makeup on and was wearing some red clothing. He had saw the man's headband as it was Kankuro from the sand. Saruto had went to Kankuro as he had said, "Put him down." And then Kankuro had looked at Saruto as he had said, "Oh, and who are you?" "My name is Saruto Uchiha. Put the third Hokage's grandson down. Doing this, you could start a war between the leaf and the sand. Put him down." Kankuro put him down, as only because, Saruto had activated his Sharingan, and, he didn't want to deal with that at the moment. So yeah, we now go to Gaara, as Gaara had said, "Not many people can control my brother on what to do, but it seems you have." Gaara had jumped down from the tree. "My name is Gaara of the Sand. How about you?" "Saruto Uchiha." "Nice to meet you, Gaara." As he had put his hand out for Gaara to shake it, as Gaara had just stared. No. Saruto had said, "Listen, if you don't know how to do a handshake, this is how you do it." He had grabbed Gaara's arm as he had made Gaara shook his hand. As Tamari and Kankuro was shocked that Gaara was able to be touched by this man Saruto. Not even they were able to touch Gaara. He didn't even let them touch him, but he let this strange person that they just met automatically touch him. "Hey, Gaara, you're a Jinchuriki, aren't you?" The Gaara shook his head yes, "So, Gaara, since you are a Jinchuriki, how about I fix your seal?" Gaara's eyes widened. Why would you fix my seal?" Well, anyone can tell that seal was not right. It's like a 3-year-old did it, so I'll help you. Is that okay? We can be friends if I do this for you, right?" Gaara was completely shocked by this, as he said, "Fine, go ahead." Gaara had pulled up his shirt to reveal where the seal was, as Naruto took a look at it and fixed Gaara's seal. As he had said, "Alright, Gaara, now that your seal is fixed, how about me and you can be perfectly good friends, huh? Fine, then we can be friends, I guess." As Gaara, Kankuro, and Tamari had all walked away, Sakura and Ino had came out, as they had said, "Whoa, that guy was kind of scary." Well, it wasn't like he was going to win in a fight between Sarutoku anyway, said Ino. "Yeah, Saruto's is a part of the big three. He won't let someone from another village like him be taken down that easily." Saruto had smacked his head, seeing as how there is a lot of people in this world that can beat him, but he won't mind it for now. Saruto had just wanted to pay attention on the Chunin exams. This is when you see Saruto as sorry about that. You see Saruto as Saruto had said, "Oh yeah, guys, one more thing, a little bit of information. So I happened to vote on which person I like better. If it was this guy who is red and this guy who is blue, y'all had all chosen this guy. So yeah, this is gonna be Zaruto. So yeah, let's get back to the video. You see the tuner exams have been started as everyone was at their place. As there was a bunch of fangirls surrounding Menma, Sasuke, and Saruto. Menma had a few here and there. Sasuke also kind of had, a few here and there. But Saruto was the one who pretty much had all of them. Saruto was just, hold on. Saruto had been standing there with his leg up against the wall, as Saruto had been in a thinking position, basically thinking about something. Saruto had been thinking on what the tuner exams could be about, or how could it be like. So he was just thinking about it. This is when someone from another village, from the cloud, had said, "So, these are the so-called big three of Konohagakure, huh? They look weak to me." As one of them said that, the whole fangirls had started to scream at them. As another person from the cloud had said, who was a girl, had said, "They are weak. These Konoha nins have sticks up their butt, thinking they're the best village around, just because, thinking that their village is on top, just because it was the first one to ever be made, and because they say they are. They all have sticks up their butt." This is when Saruto had opened his eyes to say, I do not come from this village." She had said, "Huh? I don't come from this village. Maybe my parents, well, one of my parents, but not I. I don't come from this village." I come from a different village, a small village, a village that no one will really think of. It won't matter anyway. That village is gone, so that's why I had came to where my clan was, this village. If I had went to any other village, they would have just tried to use me for my dojutsu. And well, let's just say nobody wants that. So why not join the village that your people are in? I do not come from this village, and I don't have a stick up my butt. So, just to let you know, I will I will do everything in my power to win these tuning exams, no matter what. As the girl had test and walked away, as Saruto's fangirls had, started telling him how cool he was and all that, but didn't really care. Saruto just continued to think. As Rock Lee had went up to him and said, "I heard you're a part of the Big Three, the leader of it, the strongest. I want to fight you." Saruto had looked up to look at Rock Lee as he had said, "Come on, let me fight you. I heard you're strong." "Aren't you Rock Lee?" Rock Lee was a bit surprised that he had remembered his name. "Yes, I am." "Yeah, so you only work on taijutsu, correct? And you want to fight?" "Sure, I can. Sure, we can take this as a spar. Getting ready, just in case if we're a bit rusty. How about that?" "I agree. We could take this as a spar. Let's go." So they had went up to fight, as Saruto had said. But listen, to fight me, you're going to have to get through. You're going to have to get through probably Menma, then Sasuke. But I'll be giving you a handicap. You'll be going up against Sasuke. If you win, then you can go up against me. But if not, well, oh well. They, so basically, the fight between Menma, the fight between Rock Lee and Sasuke went as in canon. So yeah, we go to the proctor Ibuki, as Ibuki had, told all of them about the written exam. Saruto had decided to, like everyone else, cheat, and he had used his Sharingan to basically look at everyone's answers. As Saruto had dashed through this pretty fast, as he had put down his pencil and just sat his head down on on the table. This is when Sasuke did the same, but he had just, did his Sasuke emo look. So yeah. And we go to Menma, who had known a few of these questions, but decided to answer them, and still say, even if he doesn't know all the answers, he'll still pass anyway, and he'll still pass and become the Hokage one day, which had made Ibuki, do what he did to Naruto in canon. So yeah. We now go to Anko, as she had taken all of the kids to the forest of death and told them everything and how killing is allowed in this. We go to Saruto, as he currently has, I think it's a Earth Scroll, and they need a Heaven Scroll. So yeah. Now, all I need to do is find that heaven scroll. You need to think of a plan. But what? You can't just be wandering around here endlessly for nothing. You need to do something. Find out something. But what? I think I got it. As Menma had, as Saruto had decided to, just in case, tell them, his team that they should make a trap. But before he did, Menma told him that, he had to take a leak. So yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go do a flashback back to the C rank mission. This is when, a bunch of guys were running up to Menma as Saruto had took them all out. What is it, Menma? You scared? Don't be. I'll protect you. Saruto had kind of said it in a cocky type of voice, as that had kind of made Menma, kind of mad, but, he had decided to stick with it. This is when, everything had went as the same as Menma had asked Saruto this time. What is it, Saruto? You scared? Scaredy cat? This had honestly made Saruto angry, as if you could, see, the pent-up anger in each of them for rivalry over each other. Basically, yeah. Then Orochimaru had came out, and he was going to go after Sasuke, but he had realized Saruto, as he had saw Saruto before. He had seen Saruto before. He just hadn't really done anything about it. Saruto to him was always just a kid, until, he realized he had the Sharingan, and that he was related to Naruto. So seeing as how Naruto had the Mangekyou Sharingan, he thought, yeah, I gotta take that. I gotta take your body, bro. You gotta hand that up. So he had decided to give Saruto the curse mark. Saruto had grabbed his neck in pain, making sad Saruto noises. Saruto had then passed out, which had made which had them leading to having to. They still have their birth scroll, but as soon as how can I put this? How can I put this? As soon as the Sound 4 had came, Saruto and the rest of Team 7, minus Kakashi and Itachi, had taken them down together using teamwork, and had took their scroll, which was luckily the Heaven Scroll. As Saruto had passed out again, and he had went to the tower. We go to the tower as Itachi had said, listen, Saruto, if you like, I can get that curse removed from you. As Itachi couldn't finish his sentence, as Saruto had said no, and kind of like an angry tone that he was still going to win even with the curse mark. Saruto had then made sure that he wanted to kind of Naruto had made sure that he had wanted to win the had wanted to win by himself. So yeah. So think of every fight as Sasuke. Like think of every fight for Sasuke and canon Naruto, but instead was for Naruto. So yeah, we go to the preliminaries where Gara had lost control. Hold on, y'all. So yeah, back to the video. Naruto had then decided to. Naruto had, you know, Naruto had tried to defeat Gara, but wasn't fortunate as he had failed, and everything kind of went as in canon. But think of Naruto as Sasuke, Menma as canon Naruto, and yeah, we go to Naruto as he is in the hospital, as Naruto is thinking to himself, thinking to himself, I need to get stronger to defeat Naruto. But this curse mark and these earrings, how can I get stronger? I need to protect Menma, the Uchiha clan, and everyone else in the leaf. But how? This is when, they had been told about how they had needed Tsunade, so yeah. They were planning, so Jiraiya, Menma, and Naruto go had decided to go all the way to wherever Tsunade may be. We go to Naruto says as Naruto starts looking around as he sees a woman with blonde hair, a sort of shape in her head, and who has, well, big watermelons, I can say. Yeah, big watermelons. So yeah, Naruto, I went up to this woman as he had said, hello, are you Tsunade Senju? The woman had looked at Naruto as she said, yeah, so what? Who are you, brat? My name is Naruto Uchiha. But he was cut off as he had said, oh, you're from the leaf, huh? Can tell by your headband and your last name, Uchiha. Leave. I don't need you. I don't need anyone from that village. A tick mark came on Naruto's forehead as he had said, listen, lady, people in the leaf are going to die if you don't come back. I don't care if anyone dies in that village. That village had taken everything from you. Why should I go back? This is when, Jiraiya had explained Tsunade's fear of blood to Naruto. Naruto had decided to go back up to Tsunade with a different approach. Listen, Tsunade, Sama, we need you because you're the best healer in the world. And even if it may be a fear, you have to get over it. You know, kid, it's not that easy, right? Yeah, I know. But I'll tell you what. But let's say you were in this situation. I and everyone else was on the ground, passed out. The only people left were you and Suzune here. Suzune had blood all over her, and she was bleeding, and if you don't do anything about it by taking your enemy down, he will succeed in killing Suzune, and maybe even killing you as well. And that's because you have a fear of blood. Are you going to let Suzune get hurt because of this fear, or are you going to or are you going to face your fear right in the face and tell it that you're not scared? Tsunade had looked at the boy as she had said, "Oh, and what's your fear?" "I'm scared of a certain someone, but every time I look at that certain someone, I look at him with hatred, which takes over my fear." Take what you need. What you need to do is look at your fear right in the eyes and say in your head or out loud that you're not scared. As Saruto had put out a kunai, as he had cut his arm, "Go ahead, Tsunade, do it. Heal me. I'm injured." As blood was leaking out, as Tsunade started trembling at seeing the sight of blood, "Tsunade, come on, face your fears and heal me. Imagine this wound as a wound that I'm going to die from. Heal me, Tsunade." Tsunade had kept staring at Saruto's arm, as she had remembered what Saruto had kept saying in her head to face her fears. She had decided to gulp down her fear, as she had healed Saruto, which had made the bleeding stop. As Tsunade had let out a sigh of relief that he was no longer bleeding. "See, Tsunade, you were able to face your fear. Now, even if you don't want to come back to Konoha, or even if you do, I'll make sure I have to drag you back. No matter how I have to do it, I will. I will get you back to Konoha, and I will save my friends, or well, the people of Konoha that I see as my friends and family there." Tsunade had looked at Saruto, as she had said, "Fine, I'll go back, but only if, and only if, you aren't scared to be around me while I'm doing my work. I've killed people before. I'm pretty sure I won't be scared, so let's go." As Jiraiya was a bit surprised, the whole ordeal with Orochimaru, his hands being healed, kind of happened because Tsunade was a bit on edge of going back to Konoha, so yeah. They had decided to stay in a hotel for a while. This is when you see someone knock on the door that Jiraiya and Menma would be in. As you go to Zaruto. Zaruto is running in the halls. As he opens the door, he says, "Menma." But he doesn't see Menma. He sees another blonde-haired boy. As his eyes widen, he goes to another floor to look for Menma. We go to Menma as Menma opens the door to see a man in a cloak that has red clouds on them. As the man had looked like this, and he had looked pretty angry, as they had just stared at each other for a while until Menma was grabbed by his wrist and pulled out of the room. As Zaruto had said, Come on, brat, you're coming with me. As Naruto had, as Naruto had said that to Menma. Let me go. I don't know who you are. My name is Naruto Uchiha, the elder brother of your friend, Saruto Uchiha. Menma's eyes widened as he said, It can't be. Saruto never said he had an older brother. Well, he does. And too bad, because now you're going to have to pay for what he decided not to tell you about. Saruto, screamed the voice as you saw Saruto with a Chidori in his hand going for Naruto. As Naruto had just stood there with a smirk on his face. As Kisame had jumped in front of Naruto to stop the Chidori. This is when Saruto had tried to punch the sword out of Kisame's hand, but had failed. Saruto had pulled out his his gumbai and the scythe, as he had fought with it with Kisame. Kisame was a bit surprised by this, but you know, the kid was putting up a pretty good challenge for him. As then Jiraiya had appeared, and basically all that had happened, so yeah. So they had left and all that stuff, so yeah. We now go back to Konoha, as ever since that meeting with Naruto, Naruto had been quiet. He didn't talk to Menma. He didn't talk to anyone really. He just stood silent. Never said a word since then. But yeah, guys, this is where I'm gonna end off the video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.